What's up, YouTube, Facebook? This is J Trucker 717, and guess what? We're partying. We're not at 717. What is up? What is up, truckers across the nation? Where you at? All right. I just had to do this video. Just hit the street. News came about, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god. Old Swift got caught with the pants down. Apparently there was some news that hit the street about Swift. We all know Swift, but apparently this is I'm like, oh my god, this is gonna open up the floodgates. What it is an article that came out, and there was 5 truck drivers who sued Swift. And you remember I've done many videos, and I always say these trucking companies think they're above the law. They don't think they're part of the employment organization. And being a business major, I'm like, yeah, everybody follows the same employment law. But basically what happened was they took him to court. And remember, law is different than what a lot of people think. And let me turn this music down just a little bit. And like I said, law is a little different than what most average people think. Basically, by the law, the judge was saying, hey, as a lease purchase owner, if you are telling these guys when they have to drive, when to take breaks, if they don't drive a certain way, you're taking back the truck. If you're in full control on what happens to them, guess what? They ain't owner operators, they employees. And that's what happened. It's like, what's the difference? Explain to me the difference between an employee and a lease purchase operator. Except you get a lot more deductions from the lease purchase operator. So basically, let's take a look at this article. It's a pretty good article, but it is going to open up the floodgates, because a lot of people are going to start to challenge whether these are true lease purchase or there's just companies trying to get out of paying certain expenses, like maintenance costs. Lease purchase, these companies don't have to pay for maintenance costs. Guess who pays for it? Lease purchase guy. The truck payment, guess who pays for it? The lease purchase guy. And fuel, guess who pays for it? The lease purchase guy. Now they give them a little bit more on the freight, but don't tell me they ain't got this stuff figured out, guys. They do. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, this is really going to open up the floodgates, because everybody in the lease purchase program is doing the same thing. Like I said, all these guys are doing the same thing, and Swift just got caught with the pants down. But this is a pretty big one. Let's take a look at it real quick. All right, 5 truckers win lawsuit against Swift Transportation. And there's a little Swift truck. Okay, basically what this is saying, it's talking about the lease purchase program with Swift. And what it says is that they misclassified their independent contractors, misclassified them as independent contractors instead of employees. And this is in the Wall Street Journal, article in the Wall Street Journal. And this lawsuit's been going on for 7 years, and they finally won. U.S. District Court John Sidgwick ruled that drivers were essentially operating as employees instead of lease purchase. This is huge, guys. This is huge. The misclassification allowed the companies to shift certain risk and expenses to drivers. I mean, I've said that over and over again. It is a win-win situation for corporations, for trucking companies for lease purchase, because they got no maintenance costs. They don't have to pay for the truck payment when the truck's done. I mean, after you've paid for 5 years, they don't have to worry about getting rid of the truck. It's now yours. They don't have to worry about the risk so much in lawsuits, because you're an independent contractor. All they can do is cut that contract and say, hey, they don't work for me. I mean, there's so many advantages they get. And the problem is that you don't have the control. You don't have the control. In other words, if you're paying money to buy a truck, and you've been told, like, let's say I have a week off. Why can't I take my truck and pull for somebody else? Why not? It's my truck. I'm making the payments on it. I mean, you should be able to do things like that. You should be able to, as long as you don't have a standing freight to move for them, you should be able to move for somebody else. I mean, there's so many restrictions they have on lease purchase that almost makes you like an employee. I mean, you let that truck sit for too long, they'll take the truck back. I mean, there's so many things like that. And, you know, I've always said lease purchase is a good way to kind of get in and learn how to be an owner-operator. But there is a lot of restrictions, and legally, companies, I mean, truckers are starting to fight back, and that's a good thing. You know, you heard about the lawsuit with Western Express, where they didn't want to pay their employees at least minimum wage for training and different things. And now you're seeing a lot more that truckers are fighting back and saying, hey, wait a minute. You know, we're kind of getting a little screwed here. So I just wanted to put that out. This is a good video about how 5 truckers won this lawsuit, and they're getting a lot of money back for expenses and benefits that they should have got as employees, but because they were classified as independent contractors, they didn't get them. And hey, I fall in the same suit when I was lease purchase. A lot of stuff we didn't get because we were lease purchase. And I'm beginning to wonder, should I be should I be involved in the lawsuit? But like I said, this is going to open up. It's interesting to see what's going to happen after this, because a lot more people are going to go and say, hey, I'm doing the same thing. What about me? So again, this is Jay at Trucker 717. Just hits the streets. A lawsuit about lease purchase. Be safe, take care of yourself, and keep trucking.